Hello everyone. So this vlog is going to be a little different from my usual stuff. It is basically just B-roll with me talking over it. I initially planned on posting like a big monthly writing vlog, and so I've been filming since basically the beginning of the month, and that was my plan, and it's just not going to be that because I am having issues. So it's embarrassing to come on here and say this, but I have decided to shelve the project that I am currently working on. I got to chapter 18. I got to chapter 20, but it was around the time I got to chapter 18 when I realized that this story needed an overhaul to make the ending that I wanted work. And it was great to imagine it in my head because in my head there were no issues. In my head I can easily fix any of the problems that I noticed in the actual story. But when I was trying to write chapter 20, which was the last chapter, and I was actually really excited for what happens in it, but when I was trying to write that chapter, I couldn't stop obsessing over what was already in the document, so to speak. I couldn't stop obsessing over everything that I needed to fix to get the story to be more organic and feel like the ending was earned. And writing both chapter 19 and 20 was like pulling teeth. I was miserable, I was not having fun, and it hit me that why am I still writing this if the whole point of this story was for me to write something that was fun, and it's no longer fun. It served its purpose. I said I wanted to make writing fun. I wanted to kind of revisit how I would write fan fiction where I didn't care. I was just having fun with an idea and a character I really liked. And it served its purpose. I very much enjoyed my characters. It was a silly, indulgent story that I had a blast working on. And while it's important to me that I finish my stories, because for a long, long time as a writer, I struggled to finish anything, it's also important to me to not force myself to write when the story is making me feel like absolute shit. And the whole point also is you want people to enjoy reading it, basically. And if you aren't enjoying writing it, how is anybody going to enjoy reading it? So I think it's just best for my mental health, for my creativity, if I just put this project on the back burner for now. And because I did really like these characters and I like the series potential, I'm definitely going to keep it in mind. One day when I feel like making those big overhaul changes, I will. But for now, I kind of just want to move on and work on other things. Unfortunately, this is also super embarrassing. I proclaimed in a video that I was no longer writing young adults, and I thought that was going to be, true. But as always, it's a siren song that has been calling out to me for these past few weeks, and I think I might just start experimenting again. I would love to get back into working on my project that I was calling Heartlines, which was a story about a poor werewolf girl and a rich human girl falling in love, and I think I might turn it into a new adult story, and I have some ideas on how I can fix the outline I have for it. I also want to get back to the Vampire Hunter young adult story that I wrote back in 2014. It was my first serious project, and it sucked because I was just throwing in everything that I liked in terms of tropes and character arcs. I just threw everything at the wall, basically. But I think I had a good solid plot there, so I would love to go back to that too. And I recently bought Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult novel by Jessica Brody. I love the original Save the Cat Writes a Novel, but I just wanted to check out the young adult one, and I'm really glad I did. I feel like it made more sense to me. I don't know if it's being autistic or if I'm just a level of intelligence that requires this, but sometimes I need things explained to me like I'm a child. And Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult novel felt like it was geared a little bit more towards younger writers, and it made things click for me a little easier than the original book did. So I'm glad I read it, and it gave me some YA books that I actually want to check out. I've never read The Hunger Games, which would probably shock a lot of people, but I hated the movie because I'm not a big Jennifer Lawrence fan, and I just hated how the movie swept the nation, basically. But the book sounds really, really good, so I might check that out. It also made me want to reread the Divergent series, which I know everyone thinks it's so cringy now and that Divergent was so bad, but I remember when I first read it, I absolutely loved it. So I think I might reread those one day. And speaking of reading, that's basically all I've been doing to refill my creative well. I am reading A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, and it is really, really good. I hate that it's written in past tense because I have become a present tense girl these days, but the story is so interesting and so good, and the love interest has finally grown on me. I'm almost halfway through the book, and he was annoying me in the beginning because everyone is blaming the main character for something that's not her fault, so I was so angry. But yeah, it's really good. I'm about halfway through that. And yeah, I don't know what's in store for me right now. I'm just gonna read, I'm gonna brainstorm. I might maybe try to plot out a beat sheet for Heartlines or my vampire hunter thing. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to kind of update you guys on where I am because the devil story is not working. It's gone for now. I will hopefully come back to it in the future, but I don't know. I'm sure if you're here, you're a writer yourself and you know that writing is hard. But that's it for this very unconventional vlog from me. I will see you in my next one. Hopefully, I will have an idea I can share with you or tell you what I'm working on. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here.